In this session, we'll be discussing about various segments in debt market. There are three segments in debt market: primary market, secondary market, and Indian corporate debt market. First of all, let's see what is a primary market. So in a primary market, new debts are issued through public issues, right issues, or through private placement. In a primary market, private placement is considered as a better source. Next, let's see what is the secondary market. So, the functioning of the secondary market is through wholesale debt market and retail debt market. First of all, wholesale debt market. Wholesale debt market, also known as NEET, is a fully automated screen-based trading system that enables members across the country to trade simultaneously with enormous ease and efficiency. NEAT refers to National Exchange Automated Trading System, and it is a fully automated screen-based trading system which helps individuals all over the country to trade efficiently. Wholesale debt market has been established by BSE on June 15, 2001, and the investors of wholesale debt market are banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, primary dealers, etc. So the existing cash market members who have net worth of 30 lakhs of BSE can also become the members of wholesale debt market. There are two markets in wholesale debt market: continuous market and a negotiated market. So in a continuous market, the buyer and seller do not know each other and the trading occurs when the orders match. Whereas in a negotiated market, the trading occurs outside the exchange and it's reported to the exchange through a national exchange automated trading system. And the types of transactions in wholesale debt market are outright sale or purchase or repo trade. So in an outright sale or purchase, once the selling or buying occurs, it is an independent trade and it is no way connected with any other trade at the same time or in the later point of time. Whereas in a repo trade, which is also known as ready forward trade, or repurchase agreement, it is a type of trade in which one participant sells the securities to the another with an agreement to purchase them back at a later date. Next, let's see what is a retail debt market. So retail debt market has been introduced by NSE, which is a trading facility through which retail investors can buy and sell government securities from different locations of the country through NSE brokers, through registered NSE brokers. So trading members who are registered members of NSE's capital market segment and wholesale debt market segment are also allowed to trade in retail debt market. So the participants of retail debt market are individual investors, pension funds, provident funds, private investors, etc. Next, let's see what is an Indian corporate debt market. So Indian corporate debt market is a reporting platform which has been developed by BSE for reporting all corporate deals done in respect of debt that is listed on any Indian stock exchange in demat form and has over 1 lakh in face value prescribed by SEBI. So BSE offers trading in corporate debt market through BOLT system of exchange. So BOLT means Bombay Online Trading. So through that system of exchange, BSE offers trading in Indian corporate debt market. So coming to the structure of corporate debt market, it has two two systems. First of all, primary corporate debt market and secondary corporate debt market. So in primary corporate debt market, it's basically a private placement market in which most of the corporate bonds are issued through private placements, being privately placed among the wholesale investors. And in secondary debt market, it can be accessed through electronic order matching platform offered by the exchange. Next, let's see what are the debt market instruments. So, in government securities market segment, the issuer will be central government and state government. They issues zero coupon bonds, treasury bills, and strips. In the public sector market, in the public sector, the bonds are issued or the securities are issued by government agencies, statutory bodies, public sector units, and the instruments will be government guaranteed bonds, debentures, public sector unit bonds, and commercial papers. So coming to private sector segment, the issuers will be either corporates, banks, or financial institutions. So corporates will be issuing floating rate bonds, debentures, bonds, zero coupon bonds, intercorporate deposits. And banks will be issuing certificate of deposits, debentures, and bonds, whereas financial institutions will be issuing certificate of deposits and bonds. Now let's see some of the debt market instruments. First of all, zero coupon bond. So zero coupon bond is a debt security which does not pay any interest. So in in zero coupon bonds, the trading occurs at discounts, and the profits they'll be receiving full face value profits at maturity. So the difference between the purchase price of a zero coupon bond and the par value indicates the investor's return. Now coming to floating rate notes. So it's a floating rate note is a bond that has variable interest rate. So the interest rate is tied to a short-term benchmark rate such as LIBOR, which is London Interbank offered rate, or Fed funds rate, plus a quoted rate that holds steady. So many floating rate notes have quarterly coupons, meaning that they pay interest for 4 times a year, but some pay monthly, annually, or semi-annually. Now coming to strips, separate trading of registered interest and principal of securities. So a strip bond is a debt in which principal and coupon payments are removed by investment firms or dealers and sold separately to investors. So an investor who buys the separated principal from the bond, which is known as the residue, receives an amount equal to the face value of the bond when it matures, and the investor who purchases the coupons receives the interest they pay on the bond's maturity date. Because no payments are made before maturity, a strip bond has no reinvestment risk. Now let's see what is a government dated security. So a government dated security is a long-term instrument issued by the government for mobilizing funds. So these securities carry either a fixed or floating rate interest, which is paid on the face value at regular intervals, and the tenure for these securities will be from 5 years to 40 years. Now coming to intercorporate deposits. So in intercorporate deposit is an unsecured borrowing of corporates and financial institutions from other corporate entities registered under the Companies Act. So the corporates having surplus funds will lend these surplus funds to another corporates who is in need of these funds, and these funds are uncollateralized, so the borrower may demand higher interest, and the short-term credit rating of the borrowing corporate would determine the rate at which it would be able to borrow funds. Now coming to debentures, a debenture is a type of debt instrument that is not backed by any collateral and usually has a term greater than 10 years. And debentures are backed only by the creditworthiness and the reputation of the firm. Both corporations and governments frequently issue debentures to raise capitals or funds. So in this session we discussed about various segments of debt market and various debt market instruments. Thank you.